The Tennessee Agriculture Enhancement Program was established in 2005 as part of the federal tobacco buyout, and since then has been aiding farmers all across the state of Tennessee. Their goal is to provide those cost share dollars to farmers in big businesses, small businesses, whatever it takes. So since its creation in 2005, $289 million has been invested in over 92,000 projects across the state of Tennessee. And each ag enhancement dollar generates approximately $6.55 in the local economy. Here in Northeast Tennessee, we have had over 15,000 projects from 2005 to 2024. And this is just across the 13 counties here in Northeast Tennessee. So that equates to about 16% of the projects in the state. Over here in East Tennessee, Greene County is our #1 agriculture county. And more often than not, they're pretty competitive with Wilson County as the #1 agriculture county in the state. What is ag enhancement? In short, it's a cost share program for anyone in the state of Tennessee that files a Schedule F and owns a farm. Programs vary from things like swine production and chicken production to row crops, your hay crops and hay storage, and darn close to anything you might need to raise your cattle. It can be used in a variety of ways on a variety of different equipment pieces. And it's designed to help farmers all the way from a beginning farmer program up through the ranks, getting their entire farm set up, to finally being able to do producer diversification programs through Application B. That gives them a special chance to add in a more niche item they may not have normally needed or seen on the farm that really allows their business to grow and thrive, such as a cooler or something like an ice cream machine. It's a great program that can be used pretty much how any farmer sees fit, as long as they can find a way to fit it within the guidelines. The cost share portion goes up to 50% and covers projects of all shapes and sizes, as long as they're meeting the minimum criteria. So while the final budget is on you, the farmer, the minimum cost share number is also accounted for on the program's website page. There are 2 types of applications for TAEP. The first application, A, is centered around 11 different programs and available for farmers of all types. The second, Application B, we'll dive into in a minute. Northeast Tennessee has several popular programs, which include livestock equipment, which covers a lot of different work for out in the fields and aids farmers in creating alleyway systems and those type of things to work their cattle. There's also Livestock Solutions, which focuses on feeding the animals effectively, so different things like planting equipment and such. Another popular program is the row crop, which focuses on several different things, including corn and soybeans, but is not open to hay crops. It requires 100 acres of crop and is used to help feed animals here in Northeast Tennessee. Another popular one is genetics, which applies to both bulls and rams in the male side and semen, and also applies to bred females, both heifers and ewes and does. Probably the favorite is the hay equipment program, which focuses on hay equipment such as tedders, rakes, and also mowers and hay spears. And this can be used for farmers as long as they have a minimum of 100 acres at their first cutting. Arguably, the other most popular is hay storage, which is a barn for all that hay and hay equipment you just cut. So this is a special one. There is only 3 hay barns during your lifetime in the program. All hay barns must be built new and are strictly for hay storage. One thing to note is there are minimum height and width requirements, as well as the number of enclosed sides that do need to be met and are laid out within the reimbursement packets. One of my personal favorites is Herd Health. This is another one that has a lifetime of 3 reimbursements, and gives you a chance to do entire herd vaccinations and can be used on a variety of different things. So in addition to all of your basic vaccines, you can also do pregnancy checks. You can do 840 tagging, which are the ones cattle are required to wear through the USDA. And it also allows some specialty vaccines that you might not otherwise do. When doing Application A, there are several requirements that the farm must meet, which include 30 head of cattle, or 50 head of sheep and or goats, or 100 acres of crop if it's for hay or the row crop option. However, there is also the beginning farmer option, which does slightly decrease those numbers to give some farmers a better chance to meet the application. The beginning farmer option requires 5 to 29 head of cattle or 10 to 49 head of sheep and goats. It is a special program designed for farmers who've been farming for less than 10 years and have never done an ag enhancement application before. One key thing to note here is that this program only applies to the genetics or livestock equipment program and cannot be applied across the board to all 11 Application A programs. There is also a special education component for this, which includes the UT Farming Fundamentals or the TSU New Farmer Academy. The 2025 application will be open from October 1st to 7th, 2025, and application materials and updates will be available mid-August. Across Northeast Tennessee, meetings will be available through your local extension agents or available through your local animal health technicians who are also available on call to answer any questions you may have. So Application B is the producer diversification, and it's basically designed to be the specialty projects that don't quite fit in anywhere else. So activities for producer diversification must increase farm income, produce long-term benefits, be market-driven and have a viable marketing plan, establish something new. In the instance of a food product, it must meet all state and local food safety and regulatory requirements, which can be found through the Department of Agriculture. Application B has several special requirements, including a special education component. These education components must be pertinent to the specific route you choose to take, such as apiary or master farm management. Producer diversification can look like several different projects, including apiary or beekeeping, organic farming, or agritourism. Specific projects can be a variety of things, but most often, especially in agritourism, it means building up your area to create a better customer experience, which can include restrooms, signage, or shelters for sale items, or it can include structures for sale items. Because producer diversification is such a broad spectrum, you are always more than welcome to contact your local animal health tech through TDA or reach out directly through the Department of Ag and the TAEP website in order to make sure the project you envision will fit the criteria they have in mind. Another special note with Application B is that this isn't a simple click and save like our other applications. Application B is the building of a portfolio designed to show how this item that you wish to add is going to enhance your farm. So it requires a budget and projections along with your marketing plan. The 2025 application will be available only online. The application will again be from October 1st to the 7th. Approvals will be released in December of 2025, and reimbursement packets will be distributed in approximately January of 2026. After you receive your reimbursement packets, these will dictate when your specific project will require certain things of you. Some projects have a fairly fast decline deadline, which could be in February, March, or April, or all the way out until June. Other projects give you until August to submit everything you need in order to receive your funding. All receipts for your 2025-2026 TAEP purchases must be dated after October 1st. However, it is important to note that you will not find out if your project is approved or declined until December. That said, if you have any questions when creating your application, you're more than welcome to reach out. The Tennessee Agriculture Enhancement Program has a historically low number of declines. So, as long as all of your information is submitted correctly and you've asked someone for help, there's a very real chance your project will be accepted. One key thing to note with those early 2026 deadlines is that some of them are declines. In the event that something happens between your December approval and your project being created in 2026, you also have the ability to decline your application at no penalty to you. It affects nothing for your future applications at all. Once your project is completed by its set deadline, this packet arrived to you in the mail in about February, and it lists all the paperwork, receipts, etc. that you need to return to the Department of Agriculture in order to receive your application funding. After the completion of your reimbursement packet and the receiving of your cost share funding, you will receive tax documents in the mail that are presented with your Schedule F during your next tax cycle season. In order for a farmer to be eligible to apply, they must be using a Schedule F through their farm. If you are not completing a Schedule F and do not complete whatever head or acreage count is relevant under your program, you unfortunately cannot do the application.